Off the Charts today with Jim Smith. And how are you today, Jim?
Doing pretty good. How you doing, Dave?
Very well. And it looks like we've got a little bit of gold action here. And what are we looking at here? The static square of 9, Jim.
Yeah, the square of 9, you can Google that term. You'll see like a circle with numbers rotating outward. And this page that you're looking at is like an output page. It just shows you support and resistance based on the square of 9. And I'm taking the north, south, east, west axis, what they call the cardinal levels. They're the key levels that you see on the square of 9. And so what I'm saying is, if you see it respond to these square of 9 levels, then it can be quite useful, especially when you combine it with some sort of cycles. In this case, you can see 288 weeks high to high from August 2016 all the way to August 2020. So that green, now further up, yeah, the high from August 2016 to August 2020 is 208 weeks or 4 years. And it formed a high in sync with this Gann cycle. At the same time, it was finding resistance on a 1-by-1 line. That red line looks like a trend line coming up from a low. Yeah, so that is the 1-by-1 line. And, you know, that's a Gann resistance line for price. And the 208 weeks cycle, it's sort of like time resistance. You know, once you rally into it, you should be looking for a change in trend. And that's kind of what we got.
So this is the junior miners. And you're suggesting that we've hit a high and that in the weeks ahead, there's a good chance we're going to come back to perhaps a resistance of 46?
You could go down to 53, 46, or 40. We don't actually know which one of these square of 9 levels will give us the low. What I would suggest to clients and anyone interested is that, you know, keep an open mind. Time is more important than price. If it sells off to 46 and today is September 10th or 11th, yeah, then maybe that's it. You know, you got to see how it responds to the square of 9 levels as the cycle comes due. So you can see from the low there, the March low, 26 weeks later would be the week ending September 11th, or, you know, the week of September 7th through the 11th. This is a weekly chart, so it's not going to pinpoint the exact day. It's telling you that sometime that week of September 7th through the 11th, you should expect a possible change in trend. If you sell off into it, that might set up another rally to follow.
And that's sort of what we're seeing from many of the charts right now, is that September 7, 9, 11 will be a fairly volatile time. If we have the sell-off that we're looking at, it actually is a good indication that we might be going higher after that sell-off.
Yeah, but everything, that's a big if. Mm-hmm. So if it doesn't set up properly, then there's no trade. Right. So what you need is a whacking sell-off here in the next week or two. And then, okay, then maybe we've got a trade. If not, then move along, you know, some other trade will come along.
Very good. Okay, well, that's great. That's off the charts for this week. Any last comment from this chart or the way that somebody might be able to play it? Of course, this is just for education purpose. We're not telling anyone to trade or anything. We're just giving them some feedback off the charts. Anything else from this chart that you'd care to share?
No, not really. Just I would just say that, you know, look at how quickly mining stocks have moved up. They've just went like straight up. So a near-term pullback seems not unreasonable. It's quite likely.
Absolutely. It probably looks like this area right here between 40, 46 is the most probable pullback.
Yeah, it looks reasonable to me.
Then we could reset our positions, whether we're going to do options, which you tend to like to play, or perhaps the GLD or the junior miners, which would be another ETF.
Yeah.
Just remind me what exactly is that code?
It's GDXJ.
GDX.
And if you just want the large cap miners, the big boys, that would be GDX.
Yeah.
So junior miners I like because they move faster. But obviously Warren Buffett is buying Barrick, so even the big stocks are moving pretty good. So if you get any sort of pullback, I would be looking at the miners as a possible buy.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for your time today. And that's Off the Charts with Jim Smith, Dave Rogers. Have a great week ahead.